Okay, that's really cool. Fretboard is done. Fully done now. It's fretted. It feels good. Feels like it should. I think I'm ready to get ready. I'm ready to prepare. I'm ready to get ready for the bridge placement. So, well, I'm ready to get ready to put the neck on to set the neck. But I need to make sure that I got my brake angle correct. So what I'm going to do is put the neck into its tenon where I think it'll go when I glue it in. Okay. There we go. Okay. But I've also got this little piece of plywood that I put up against the straight edge, and it's pretty damn straight. My intention is to make sure that this angle, this is tipped the angle that it's supposed to. The neck's angle is tipped so it'll have enough room for the bridge to clear. Well, so this is about where the bridge will go. This helps me also make sure that my scale length is right. Yeah, that's way too low. So it's good that we checked this. I'm going to make a wedge-shaped shim here. Okay, so I have decided I needed 5 layers of tape, which is a bit under a 1/16. And so I've got this little bit of veneer left over from, this actually is left over from the finish testing, and it's just a bit thicker than this tape is. So I've shaped it to fit right in there as my shim. So remember that day I looked at the camera and I said, nailed it. Well, I was off a little bit because I was measuring against this, which is not actually the real angle. It was close. I got in the ballpark, but it was not it. I did not nail it, but I came close. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this in there as a shim, and it's parallel thickness first of all, which is perfectly fine. Alright, glue time. I'm going to put it on both locations actually. I should have grabbed a brush. That would have been smart, huh? Slide this on in. Get that in there. Okay. Put our nice thick caul in there. Okay. Take these two little guys, set them in there about right here, and you can't see a thing. Here. How about that? Take that, put a C-clamp on this. Try not to cinch down in a way that, and we got some squeeze out down on that end. I'm going to try to come in with a second clamp here up on top, like so. Here, yeah, we'll try this way. Try to get a nice. There we go. We've got it clamped in now with a couple of C-clamps, just a nice shim. Got some squeeze out all around, which is great. We're just going to let that dry. Okay, it's been about an hour since the glue went in. Plenty of time to be able to take the clamps off at least. And I'll try not to stress it too much. Pull that off. Good. Squeeze that all around. Let's see if we can pop this clamping caul out without damage. Not very well. So we'll take, where's my little hammer here? Give it a little pop. There we go. There. Now it's clear. Oh good, no squeeze out on those anyways. Okay. There it goes. Not the cleanest, but it'll clean up decently enough. Okay, so we've got our shim now. Just flushing that up is all. It's a little gummy there. There. Okay. So then I'll dig out the squeeze out down inside of here. Yeah. Just clearing out the squeeze out from it. Globs of it. Okay, so now we're shimmed and I can get into the nuts and bolts of making this pad a little better. It's 3:30. I think we're going to call this a day though. Maybe it's a day. So we're going to just, I'm going to rasp on this a little bit, see if I can't get this ramped down a little bit. Okay, welcome back. It has been a few days. I am very near putting the gluing onto the neck. I'm very close to gluing the neck into the body. Before I do that though, it's going to overlap in a few areas that I kind of wanted to get sanded, and I figured I'd sand the whole front at least beforehand so I don't run the sander up against the edges of the fretboard, so I try not to ding those up too badly. So we're just set up. I've got my little Harbor Freight mini 2-inch sander. It makes that noise. It goes. I like those noises. And little 150 for now. Excuse me. The cool thing is, I got lots of thickness I can play with on this top and back, so I'm not real worried about sanding through anything. But I am going to take, precautions, be very careful I don't go too nuts with it. And after I get all the, you still see some of the drum sander lines in it, so after I get all those out, I'll switch over to a hand sanding. We're going to be a little careful around all the holes too, just to be sure I don't dive into those. But yeah, I think we're ready to get this stuff sanded going, get this sanding on this going. So we'll mute you and give you some nice delightful music here. Okay, well, that's pretty close to done sanding. In my sanding fit, I saw a ding here that's a little deeper than I'd like to accept. But otherwise it's good, so we're going to try to see if I can't steam out this little ding here. Alright, the ding is removed. We're going to step it up to 220 next. And this will end my power sanding with it. And then we'll go to hand sanding after that. Okay, so I'm running through my dry run. Got my idea for clamping it all in place. This little block with some neoprene here. And then some Bessies. And I'll be ready to glue it up. Just like this. I won't tape this down just yet because I want it to stick pretty well when I get it. But this here. And the other one on the other side. In fact, you know what, let's tape it and let's dry run and be ready. Of course, there. Let's make sure it's for sure in and really pressing where it's supposed to. Okay. I wonder which side I should be. That one just sort of snug. Bring this one in as well. Really get a good wrenching on it. That looks pretty good. Feels all right to me. No dinging. Okay. Well, that's the dry run of the glue up. Of gluing the neck onto the body. That's a trial of the process. I'm going to grant it just a tiny bit of extra room. Alright, well. Okay, so I have my dry run process down. I've run through it, but the inner tightwad, or not the inner tightwad, this is the inner chicken shit, is what this is. My inner scaredy cat can't let me do it just yet. I'm going to sleep on this one day. I'm just going to give it a night. We're not going to do it tonight. We'll do it tomorrow morning. Because I'm a little punch drunk, and it's probably safer not to force this. So we're gonna glue this in tomorrow. Bring you back then. Okay, so I slept on it, and out of all the things and excuses I could come up with not to glue on the neck today, the only one that stuck was fear. So that means it's time we're gluing this neck on right now. That's why I brought you in. I grabbed my glue. I thought I had, but I forgot. And we're going to use PVA, not hide glue, because everybody I've talked to has either said hide glue or PVA is fine. A lot of people think hide glue is the only way. Other people say PVA is almost as reversible and stronger than hide is. So for this joint, strength is more important to me than reversibility. But epoxy is less reversible than PVA, so I went with PVA. That's the main reason I'm going with PVA. Is many luthiers told me, many experienced luthiers given me the lowdown on it, and PVA is just as fine, just fine. It's fine. I'm not worried about that. What I'm worried about is making sure I get it positioned just right, and then not mess it up. So I've got my glue, I've got my brush, I've got my clamp caul, I've got my neck fretboard protector, I've got some towels, I've got my neck, I've got my body securely clamped. I've run through the process a few times now. I am as ready as I'm going to be if now is the moment. I think the angle is good. The angle should be just fine. So, I think it's time. I think it's time we're gluing. I'm scared. This is, of all the big steps, this is the one that turns this thing into a guitar-shaped element. It's entirely a guitar shape then. That means I'm going to need to find a case for it too. So, yeah. Well, here we go. Let's glue this neck on. Wow, big deals. Very big deal. I'm kind of scared. Not kind of scared, I'm really scared. Alright, let me get through my final hems and haws here, and then we're going to glue this bad boy on. Alright, I've got guts now. We're going to do this. Here we go. Glue's going on right now. Oh, this is sad. I'm such a chicken. There it is. There's no going back now. There's glue on the neck. And like it or not, we're started. Okay. This is monumental deal here. This is huge for me. This is the second guitar neck I have ever glued on. And the first one I did, I had help. Kinda scared. So, this is that moment. Things are really, really important right now. Alright, that is the glue. I'm going to do a real quick cleanup on the underside of the fretboard because I've got shims to go in there. I'm sure I'll get some more on it, but it's probably wise to not have it fully gooped up. I'll put a little down in here just to steady and ready it. We're going to get a little bit more down into the... Nope, we're going in. Here we go. There it is, it's on there. Put this little guy in place. This is mostly to protect the fretboard, but also to protect the side of the neck so that it doesn't get too clamped on. And it's time for clamps. Okay. That one down. Now we're clamping it. I'm making sure that the joint line is good here. And it looks like it's fine. Make sure we're getting squeeze out where we need it. And we are. That's a neck on the fretboard, boys and girls. Ooh boy. That is on there. And it's clamped pretty tightly. As tight as I can get it. There. That's an enormous deal right there. And that looks like that joint is really good. That joint looks great. Okay. The neck's on. I gotta let that dry. Okay. Bring it back when it's dry. Alright. It has been, well, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. It's been, well, we did this at like 8:30 or 9 this morning. So it's had time. I'm listening. Let's find out how well my neck clamping did. I'm not hearing any creaking or popping. That's a good sign. Well, it was held. That is a certainty. It seems held it. No dents on the outside edge. We've got ourselves a glued on piece of neoprene. We've got ourselves a neck. That's a part of the guitar now. And the bottom joint looks great. The side joint looks good. Son of a gun. They're one piece now. Holy crap, we've got ourselves a guitar shape. That is something else. That is one held on there guitar neck. Holy crud. Cool beans. Well, this is the shape it's in now. That sounds good. Wow. The neck is on. The neck is frickin' on. Cool. So cool. Well, it was too cool of a success not to talk about a little bit. I just need to put the crap away here. Hold on. So, big day. Big day. Big day. We have a neck glued on to our body. This is enormous, giant, and I'm not a lefty, so we'll go this way. I am a lefty, but I'm not a real lefty. I'm not a lefty guitarist. And that's it. That is on there. Freaking cool. I'm just giving myself phlegm. I'm all verklempt. Freaking cool. Yeah. So the neck is on, boys and girls. The neck is on. Big doings. Big doings. Yeah, that's awesome. That is so awesome. I can't. It's so cool. We're getting close. We are getting so close. Yes. Very neat. But I figured I'd say so. Anyway. The neck is on. Yeah.